everybody. Ooh, it's a nice turnout. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the CRM edition of the community call. Really, really happy to see you all here. Hey, can I get a thumbs up? Can I get an amen? Can I get a hey, happy, happy, happy? Fun reactions all?
Woot woot. Does that work?
Yes, we will do a woot woot. No problem. No problem. So before we get started, we're having a little chat about something on a little backstage area. Fortunato, where are you from?
I'm from near Berlin, basically. With that name, everyone asks where are you originally from? So originally from Italy, but living near Berlin. So Germany,
Yes.
where it's getting darker and darker today.
Yeah. Oh boy. I know. We have a little bit of an Italian theme today going on. So we have Fortunato, originally from Italy, Angeliki, I believe you got a little Sicilian going there.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yes. Dwayne Montague from the famous Montagues of Italy.
The House of Verona. Yes, exactly.
The House of Verona. My middle name is Vito. True story. Amira, I don't know.
I'm based out of Paris.
Okay, in Europe, like Italy.
Yes. Like Italy.
Benvenuto. Benvenuti. No, you have to say
See?
benvenuti.
So,
Yeah.
yes, if anyone else has any sort of Italian connection, no matter how specious it is, put it in the chat. We are looking forward to it. Okay, with that said, I am really excited today about today's CRM call. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, look at this. Wait a minute. Let's look at the chat here. Do we see some connections here? I look like a captain on Star Trek. Yeah. Have you ever seen a chair like this before? Angelique, I think you have, haven't you?
Indeed.
Yeah, it's a gaming chair. Pretty comfortable. She recommended it to me.
Secret Lab is the best.
Absolutely. Nice. Say someone's on board, someone from Italy. Hey, look at that. Lots of Italian connections here. Love it.
Ciao.
Yes. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. So, welcome everyone. We are recording, so this way you'll be able to see it later on. So if you happen to miss it, or if someone you know missed it, or if you love the content and you want to share it with someone you love, friends, share. Sharing means caring, so please do so. As you can see, this is a fun kind of community, so make sure you're social. Anything you want to chime in on, if you got some good dad jokes, some fun hot takes, whatever it is, we are all here for it. Feel free to use the chat and meeting reactions to do it. And remember, this ain't a webinar. We're not just here to talk at you. We want this to be as interactive as possible. So if you have questions, you want to interrupt, if you want to challenge everything Fortunato has been saying because he's wrong on everything, right? Like, feel free to do it.
Oh no.
He's extremely confident. He says he's 100% right on all of this stuff. So hit him with your best shot. That's what he told me beforehand, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have a special guest from the Fast Track team and one of Angelique's good friends. We have Amira Beljalali. Amira, how you doing?
Hello, doing great, thank you. And you, how are you doing? It's a great call. I will join next time as well.
Yes, please.
Please do.
You're welcome to join as a speaker, as an attendee, whatever you like. You can come every month if you want to.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yes. So Amira is going to be talking about extending sales in M365 Copilot using the sales agent extensibility, which I know is something that you guys have been asking for quite a bit. And then Angeliki, why don't we just have you do your introduction now?
Well, we have an awesome community member called Fortunato Di Donato, who is also fellow Italian, and most importantly, is going to come here today to talk about how he sees the vision for all things sales in Dynamics 365 and the era of Agentic AI, which is actually a perfect pairing for what Amir will be presenting for us today. So it's all about sales, all about CRM. So I think our geeky hearts will be very happy.
Beautiful. So without further ado, Amira, the floor is yours.
Great. Thank you so much. And please, let's keep it interactive. Don't hesitate to stop me anytime if I speak a lot, if I exceed the 20 minutes I have. Please don't hesitate to stop me. Because the idea here is really to share with you those latest capabilities that we announced recently. And all is around sales, as Angelique had mentioned. So first, to start, the idea of this content was really to help you to start with the sales extensibility, the sales agent extensibility. I don't know how much you know about the sales agent extensibility, but if I can summarize, if you knew Copilot for Sales or Viva Sales or Sales Copilot in the past, we love changing the names, but we pass by all those names. And today we call it the Sales in M365 Copilot. So we have the assistive experience, which is the left panel that you see in your Outlook, or the tool that can help you in your teams after the meetings to do the recap and help sellers in order to save the notes into their CRM. And we announced in December the chat experience, so the sales agent. So it's like the M365 Copilot that speaks sales, because we have got many feedback from many customers saying like M365 Copilot is great, but he doesn't know about my CRM data. And in December, we announced the sales agent, which connects to your Salesforce or your Dynamics 365 CRMs. And for sure, after that, and which is the normal story, was like, okay, so now we have the sales agent that speaks. We have the chat experience that knows about my CRM data, but it's not enough, because I need to connect it to my ServiceNow. I need it to know about my emails. I need it to know about the web, and so which means we started the extensibility story. And to simplify the life and to not only give you the links, we have built this content that you can see in the AKMS /sales extensibility. I will put later the link in the chat, or I know Angelique knows about it as well, so we can synchronize to put it and share it with you, with doing a global overview about how to explore if we have a need about extending the sales agent. How can we start? Some examples on the scenarios that we have seen, and we are enriching these. So in case you get a scenario, please let us know how you can build it, how you can work on the adoption on it, and how as an admin you can manage this area. So this is how the story have started. So you have now why we are here today with this. And as I mentioned earlier, like we have two experiences. We have the assistive experience and the chat experience. And today the focus will be only on the chat experience, where we will bring some custom skills that we will build using Copilot Studio, or you can also use the Pro Code approach as well, if you prefer to build your agents with your Visual Code. So the idea is that our seller, so he is using whether any M365 app. I don't know if you have noticed recently that all of our M365 Copilot apps has now the same experience, and you can access to the sales agent with the same experience. And also we can add this in Dynamics 365 Sales. So from there, you can use the same sales agent, where if you ask, summarize my opportunity, you will get the same skills triggered and used, so like that you get the same results. Because one of the major feedbacks was like, when I'm using the Copilot that is inside Dynamics, trying to summarize, I'm not getting the same format as when I'm using it from the M365 apps, from Teams or from M365 Copilot, for example. Please let me know if you are not seeing what I'm talking about. I can move directly to my test instance and show you there directly, and not forget about the slides. So it's really as you want. Well, we have put some screenshots here, so we can go from the screenshots. But if you prefer like using a live demo, we can switch this. So here is one of the examples that I shared earlier. Was we have the sales agent, so you can list your opportunities, list your accounts, and the ask was to give it access to the web, because I'm a seller. I know what are my accounts, so I can list all of my accounts. But it's super important for me to get what is happening from the web for every account. So I want the sales agent, when I list my accounts or accounts that I need to focus on, I need a new column to tell me what are the latest public news. So like that, I'm updated about my account, and when I speak to my customers, I'm getting the latest news that are published in the web. I saw a small comment that it's better if we go to a live demo. It's been a long time. I didn't open it because I was off recently, but I will we can try a little bit, because it's always better with demos. Just one. I know we're short in time, or maybe this time if I cannot make it quickly, we can make it work for the next time. It will be a reason for me to come back, Angelique.
We would love to have you back, but Charles, I think we could maybe have a handful more minutes, maybe up to 5 more minutes. What do you think? I think people would enjoy the demo.
Yeah, I think so. If it's okay with Fortunato.
Absolutely.
Yeah, actually, I got it already, so I can show you what I was referring to. So yeah, here is the sales agent that you can see, that you should already see if you have the sales the sales apps installed in your tenant. And I'll give it a little bit time to load. This experience that you can see here with the list of agents, now you can have it as well in Dynamics 365. So like that, as a seller, you are not lost. You have the same experience wherever you go. And this is what we can extend. What's the latest news around my around? I'm doing it randomly because it's a shared tenant, so I don't know if okay, so I will show you later in the settings why it's not working, because we have shared tenant and maybe one of my colleagues have removed this, but I will go back to this later. The idea was just to show you the experience in Teams, and if you want a deep dive session with the demo, or let's build an agent together, I will be really more than happy to come back in this call and share again with you this. So we have some other examples, like the sales agent by default doesn't connect to your SharePoint. So if you have some data in your SharePoint, he doesn't know about it. And sometimes you want to mix the information that you have in your repository that contains the market strategy, for example, for this fiscal year, and you want to map and ask, what for all of my accounts, tell me which ones I want to focus on based on what was shared for our next year strategy plan. And with doing the extensibility, you can let your SharePoint, you can create a SharePoint assistant, for example, and let your sales agent know about this SharePoint repository and answer with your data CRM mixed with your SharePoint data as well. And here is another example that I got as well from a customer, which is ServiceNow, because they use ServiceNow for their tickets, and they want to sometimes to get before going to see their customers, they just say like, okay, I'm gonna meet with Microsoft France. Can you please tell me if there are any ServiceNow tickets related, because I need to be prepared about what's going on in terms of open tickets for them and critical ones. And the sales agent, so as you can see here, it's the sales agent that got the information from the ServiceNow assistant, which was a sub-agent that I have created that connects to the ServiceNow using the connector, and we retrieve the data directly from there. So the idea is that we don't want the seller to open different apps to get the information he needs. So the easy way is to make the sales agent as the entry point for him and extend it and add the data there. So like that, he can just focus on selling and not really on opening different apps and getting the data from there. We have put the details here. I know we'll not have time to get deeper on every step, but the idea, things that we want really to stress them, because we have worked with many customers on this, and we put all of our learned lessons here. The first point is, if you want to extend, don't hesitate to ask your sellers or your customers, what do you want to do exactly? Because frequently we get requests like, I want to extend the sales agent, or I want to build an agent. Yes, but what? For what? Do we have a connector? What's really the use case that you are doing here? Because probably the answer is that you need to use the assistive experience, or the answer is that that's already in M365 Copilot. And so we need to get deeper to understand what's the scenario. For example, the service now is really a fair ask, and there is a scenario that I will be adding this week in this document. So I will be updating and adding more slides. Was the sales agent today doesn't know about my emails, and in my emails I have a lot of information important that I need to share with to know about when I'm preparing or when I'm asking the sales chat and trying to get informations. And for that, so we will be adding this, which is a super fair ask. So we have created a declarative agent with that we gave access to our emails and then connected to the sales chat. And now from the sales chat, they can interact with the CRM data plus the Outlook informations as well. So it's all about, the first thing is really to challenge the need in order to scope it correctly and set the expectations in the right way. Because it depends also if the connector is available. If it's not available, who will be build it, how we will be building it, who will be maintaining it, etc. So it's always easier when the connector is here for sure. The second step is to design the solution, because I've seen many scenarios where people just like, okay, let me bring Copilot Studio and start. Okay. So the answer is always like, let's wait, let's design it a little bit. Let's try to put really the clear expectations, define really what the agent will do. Will we do in one agent or two? So depends on really the need of the customer. Here, for example, what we have built with some examples was the market strategy, and what we aligned that, okay, we need access to the strategy of the year, and it's in a folder, and we need to give access to the web. So both we were aligned on what we are going to build. One super important point is, you will hear a lot about it for the sales agent. The sales agent, when you want to extend it, we always need to create a declarative agent and not a custom engine agent that you can create directly when you go into Copilot Studio in the create. What this means, so we have different ways to create. So if you are using the Pro code, so you are using the toolkit, and you can just type create a new agent and select the type declarative agent. That the tricky way where we found that sometimes it's a bit confusing for people is when we want to create it from the Copilot Studio. From the Copilot Studio, when you go to agents and click directly on the create, this one, we will not be able to extend the sales agent with it. In order to be able to extend the sales agent, you need to go to agents, go to M365 Copilot agent that you see here, and inside the M365 Copilot, you have the add button, and here it's the agent that you will be able to build in order to then connect it to your sales agent. And why I'm referring to this, because that's, I think, the most frequent issue that I saw in the in all of the tests. It's because at the end of the story, you will build something. So you will build the integration that you want, the custom skills, let's say, and then you will need to come to this admin page that you see here and connect your agent. And frequently, people build those agents, finalize the build, and then they say like, okay, when I come here and I search for it, I don't find it. And the answer is because it's not a declarative agent. So it needs to be declarative agent so that you can see it here. So here, for example, you can see all of my tests, ServiceNow, market strategy, an email helper, which has access to my emails. And in case you don't see it, then the first quick check is this. The other quick check that people around me love giving it is always to say, like, when you open your agent that you created, do you see topics or not? Because today in declarative agents, you don't have topics. So if you see the topics tab today, then maybe it's not a declarative agent and you cannot really do the extensibility with. So it's just a quick tips that you can get in case you go the direction to create it with Copilot Studio. And for sure, the Pro Code, you have much more flexibility, and it's also possible. Here you have like different steps that we follow to build the market strategy, for example, one where we have enabled the web, how we did to enable the web, how we did to edit the knowledge. If you are familiar with the Microsoft Copilot Studio, this will be really a super easy step. And then we have the steps in order to publish it, because this agent needs to be published and needs to be published by your administrator. So here we have submitted the request to the administrator to publish it. And then the admin went to the admin center in order to publish this agent that we have submitted, the market strategy analyst. And after that, the step will be to connect those two. So we have built our sub agent that knows about the SharePoint and the web, and then we need now to connect it to the sales agent. We have two ways to connect. So we try to simplify and put all the pros and cons for the two methods. But in order to clarify, like, what are the two methods, when we call connected agents, it means you have your agent here, the custom agent that you have built, and you built your skills. So we have the SharePoint knowledge, custom tools, etc. And we have our first-party capabilities. So we connect to it. We will use the same agent that you have published and sound the request there in order to be processed. And in case in the future you publish a V2, V3 for this agent, then we will just leverage it because we just know the name and we will go to the skill, trigger it, and get the response. However, if you use the custom tools and knowledge, this means that your agent, you have built it, but at the time that you are as an admin, you connect it, then we will just copy your skills in our first-party agent capabilities, which means if tomorrow you update and you have a new version, then you will need to reconnect that again because we will not consider the newest version because we just did a copy and we created in our manifest file. So it's a small detail, but don't hesitate. It's super important because there are pros and cons for every method. Don't hesitate to have a deep look before deciding whether you want to do a connected agent or custom agents. Because if I summarize again the steps, you will get the need, clarify the need, then design your agent, build your declarative agent, and then once it's ready as a standalone agent, we will connect it to the connected agent. So whether we use the connected agent or custom tools, depending on the customer preference, what they want, what they can handle as the in the pros and cons of each method. Do you have any questions? I will put a little bit because I think I told a lot and just wanna take a few time to take the questions. I see that we have some in the chat, but I will. Yes, for sure. The slides are already available. If you just put aka.ms/sales extensibility, the slides are there. We update them well, frequently, let's say. Whenever I get a scenario from one of my customers and I test it, I publish it there. So like that, it will be, it will have a wider impact and you will all know about it. And what I wanted to check, I know we still have just a few minutes. Yes, in the test, don't hesitate always in your test to see the source. And here, for example, it's something that I always use with my customers. I tell them like, here it's the sales agent and is answering what's the strategy plan. I'm sure now if you all go to your sales agent and ask what's the strategy plan for fiscal year or something in your SharePoint, you will just get the classic response. I'm only designed to answer the sales relative questions and I cannot answer these. But when you do this extensibility and connect it to your SharePoint, then you will be able to see the source of your SharePoint. And here is a prompt that I love as well, like what I need to focus on, prioritize my accounts or opportunities based on the strategy plan for this year, or based on what you know on my SharePoint, or based on the information on the web about those accounts, because maybe some public informations have been shared around your account will trigger the fact that you need to contact your customer, or you need to go and look for a new opportunity with your customers. As we said, we are always updating this document. Now for the adoption, we are looking for how we can shape this. And the first thing we did is to leverage the AKMS Sales Copilot tip time. I don't know if you know about it, but this one is a content that we have published. We started publishing it 3 years ago, and we keep always updating it on monthly basis. So we have a set of prompts on how to help the seller to start with using the sales agent, how to build the graph with your sales agent, how to build the prompt, and we will continue to enrich it as we add the extensibility as well in the other document. It's already a huge document. This is why we made the decision to make it 2 separate files. So we have one only for the extensibility and one only for the adoption. And here is a quick overview about, as an admin, what you can manage. So you can see the agents, you can see what are the agents connected there, what are the custom tools and knowledge that you have there, and to whom this is available, the extensibility that you have done to whom is available, etc. So you have plenty of options then as an admin to restrict or not the access and the data and tools used there. So it's mainly basically for awareness, because it's more for admins, and I know for some customers we have some approvals and security checks before being able to publish this. It went a little bit super fast, but if you want, I'm really happy to come back in the next couple of weeks. I don't know if it's a monthly or weekly call, but anytime I'm happy to come back. And what we can do by that time, we can maybe create a very small sample of a pro code agent, or maybe someone come with a scenario and we try to do it together. So please feel free to share with Charles and Angeliki what you prefer.
I actually really like that idea. What do you guys think? Like let's have like an hour. I'll give you the whole hour for next month, and let's like make it a hackathon. What do you guys think?
Bring it on. Let's do it.
Ooh,
That's amazing.
that'd be amazing. Yeah.
No
wow,
pressure.
that
No
excitement.
pressure, Amira. Just so you know, no pressure. We got a lot to do. The whole hour.
Well, I think it should be fun. I'm running next month. I'm running a hackathon for 1 hour. I will be given only 1 hour to do an extensibility scenario. So it will be maybe the dry run. I don't know if you will be the dry run or the event, but yeah, it will be really with pleasure.
All right. Yeah, I'm down. All right, take notes, Elaine.
Got it. We're down. We're ready.
All right.
Right. Thank you so much.
Love
Thank
it.
you.
Yes.
See you in a month, Amira. Don't forget, a month. Mark it down.
No worries. Noted. Thank
Everyone
you
else
so
mark
much.
it down too.
Exactly.
All right, Angeliki.
Yes. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this, and I love the idea of a live hackathon because we can really all learn together and maybe get some new ideas in the process. But time is for Fortunato now to present, and I think it will tie in very well because he will guide us through all the different capabilities that we've seen arise when it comes to Dynamics 365 sales and all things agents. So Fortunato, take it away.
Yeah, thank you. I try my very best to keep myself short and tight, which is very difficult for me being Italian, but I try my very best. First of all, I need to share my screen, otherwise this won't be that funny. I hope you can see it. All good? Fine?
Yes.
Yep.
Or as we say in
That's good.
Germany, something kaputt. Okay,
Something
great. Then we
kaputt.
can something kaputt. No worries. Okay, great. Then grab a nice cup of coffee. Yeah, I wanted to provide a short information about the whole agentic AI vision that we are having for 2026, because for people working with CRM, we already have seen in the past some AI capabilities, some help, some guidance, I would say. And we in the sales area lived the approach of Copilot before it was even called Copilot. We always have seen it that way. So it was the logical extension. What we are seeing is basically a normal development. However, I would like to guide you through some words about myself. First of all, the name is real. Sometimes I get asked whether I have invented it. I can assure you, no, it's not. It's my name. I'm a solution architect now. I started many years ago as a mainframe developer on the banking sector. Then later I thought this is boring. I need something new, and then I moved away to classical development, and then over to CRM stuff, how to say. I also blog quite a lot, mainly in German, but not limited to. And yeah, people that follow my LinkedIn profile basically know, or yeah, that I'm always a bit critical when it comes to the AI hype, not AI in general, but AI hype. I will talk about this because I'm not against AI by any means and terms. I live near Berlin, a bit outside. I work for CRM now work for a couple of years now, and yeah, I like to solve problems or make myself some. So it highly depends on to whom you talk. Okay. So I would like to provide some overview about the agentic AI integration in sales, then about some core features that I would like to anticipate or to talk about those because they will arrive by any means. A bit of on how this user experience through AI is enhanced and the business impact and that we will see, but also potential challenges and considerations. Yeah. Okay, great. Let's move on. And by the way, even if it's difficult, if there is something you want to ask, then try to stop me. Okay, it's like staying with the hand in front of a car, but try it, give it a try, challenge me. Okay, cool. So, um, let's make it short. We started with AI as a sales partner. In 2023, we had the foundations basically with core data management, initial workflow automation pilots, something that somewhat helped us with yeah, some small assistance here and there, but it was not really AI. But then in 2024, we had the predictive insights. We had AI forecasts, and we already saw there was some beneficial, some help there behind that basically helped us. And then year by year, we moved over to the personalization. We had skate journey tailoring, productivity improvement. That helped us somehow. We saw more and more people getting adopted to the whole AI help that we received. We had the form helper, but we also had already in 2024 to 2025 the assistants where if you have, for example, connected Outlook with CRM and you had Viva Sales integrated or later Copilot and such, you already saw that there was the possibility to get mails, to summarize them in various languages, and to create automatically a contact in the back end, and also pull help information out of an opportunity and answer. So this bidirectional integration was already there. And honestly, all the customer I showed this, they were fairly impressed, to say the least, because it really empowered them in their daily needs. Something that there was a use case, okay? This was not a prompt saying, here, please tell me how to use the system and I will solve anything. And there was this mismatch between my problem, I don't know how to talk to AI, and on the other side, AI waiting eagerly to get help somehow, something to do. But here we had a close connection already, some help. But this was only the ignition, basically, for everything that comes. Now that we are already seeing, we are already having some sales accelerator and stuff. I will guide you through this. But we also have now the next step for 2026, meaning we will have agents that will help us with lead qualification, also lead engagement, so to speak. Always supervision by the human in the loop, because this is something I want also to stress out. CRM is all about people. We are doing work for people, with people, and people like to talk to people. This is my honest opinion. Not everyone likes to talk to everyone, but in the end, we prefer to talk to real people, and we are doing work with them. So there is always the human in the loop, and this is the clear focus that we are seeing now. And yeah, how this is going on. So let me talk about the whole agentic AI topic in general. The vision basically is that we will have this already AI framework that we are having in the back end integrated within Dynamics 365 in 2026, more than it already is. We will have core capabilities that you are seeing here, but there is already the possibility, as already was discussed by Mira, that you can basically already go into conversation with Copilot, okay? And you get opportunity summarizes and help and such. This is already integrated, but this will get more and more integrated. And there will also be the possibility to create routine tasks, provide insights, and approach the whole, how do I call it, the whole sales-related topics from a different angle, not only limited to an overview, a 360-degree view of my customer, which is still important to do good decisions, to perform well, but also to get solutions for a specific problem. So in a nutshell, we will get real-time suggestions. We are all we are already having the Copilot sales insights that you receive when you open up an opportunity, summarize, a lead scoring, and etc. But you will also get, but the trend is going to predictive behavioral analysis. We are already seeing this in the customer service area, where you are basically already getting an anticipation on or how do I call it, a forecast about possible topics or possible how do I say, how many people will be involved in case solving and such. This is something that we will see more and more also in sales, and we already have an integration of a tool, a really powerful tool I will talk about soon, that will help us to do this analysis. What you have also is the automated scheduling. If you have ever worked with the holy triage triangle of Dynamics, Outlook, and Teams, you basically know that you can already do a real-time check of your opportunity-specific meetings. This is already possible. You can summarize those. You can create action points of those based on sales sequences. You can create new appointments and such, and get also a real-time sentiment analysis on how the meeting went on. This is already the reality, of course, always with data protection and consent, of course, but this is something we will see. But we will also see that the agents in the middle will help us to assist on our route. What we already have seen is some form help. When you enter data, the logs that are, the calls that are noted and such. This is something that we already have seen. But we will also get some self-healing CRM. By what I mean by this is that we will get the help of cleaning the data. Sometimes you have duplicate companies in your system, that you have duplicate entries, that you basically have perhaps not updated entries. Okay, not every salesperson likes to use CRM extensively. There is always the manager side on one side, and there is the sales guy on the other side, and the connection between those is the CRM. It's not always that easy to come together, and so there are many fields, and not everyone likes to keep them updated and such. And the idea is to assist the salesperson and to provide this kind of data cleans that I call. And the next one is something that we are already having when we work, or we will have when we work with agents, that they will not only generate drafts we can use, for example, today already use in Outlook, but you will also get, and which I already like, hyper engaging agents, of course, based on material that you share beforehand, so that they do not start to invent something, but at least they can help us to get in touch with possible leads. And of course, the whole sentiment analysis type that we are seeing here, based on specific sales actions, specific words that I mentioned or something like that. A couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to see how this works in real time with voice. And this was already impressive, but this was years ago. We are now much more advanced when it comes to those things. And so this is quite a nice topic. The automated lead prediction and scoring is something that we already had to some degree in the past, but this is getting a boost because now agents are basically doing this job. And this is also separated in a separate view on the screen, so that you can list. View was the former term, where you can basically see and see a summarize and a potential hit for the lead, and whether it's a hot one or a cold one and such things. This is something that we are getting more and more help through AI. And now comes the bummer, I would say. We will get the Project Sophia integration in sales, which means that we are getting basically a new approach, moving away or beyond the traditional tracking of data into an AI first workspace, meaning in the sense that it solves complex problems and recognizes patterns, allowing us to focus on other things that perhaps you have overseen by any means because you are so routined, or perhaps you are not seeing this. This means we will focus more on complex problems, and we will have an AI research canvas, and also this tool will also look into our files basically, and to create blueprints. Let me show you 1 second how this is looking like. I hope you can see my screen. Okay, great. So we already know to some extent the sales accelerator, but what will then come is the sales research agent, which is basically the integration of Project Sophia. I've created a workspace in the past. And this workspace basically uses my data. Let me scroll up to move to some of the topics. Let me scroll in. So basically, I asked in the past, is our current territory distribution and account assignment effectively balanced across sellers, and how might we reconfigure these boundaries to maximize coverage and revenue? Okay, so and this came out basically. Let me go a bit back. We get a summarized text on the left side with some words. Sales performance are not diversified, mixed opportunities for coverage and revenue growth. We are, of course, this is a demo environment. By no means this reflects real data, but you get the idea. We see the various territories, the sellers, the number of accounts per sellers and such, and the pipelines. And the cool part is I have not created any of those graphs. The system basically decided, based on the information that it has, that it would be beneficial to me to solve this and to see this in different ways. And yeah, I can use this as a base, but basically I say then in next stop, please show me the latest leads. and it created a list of the latest leads, the lead distribution, and the lead quality ratings based on the latest leads. So this was a normal conversation that I had to some degree with the tool, and by the integration with the system in the backend, it created those things, which is already quite impressive. For again, this is a demo environment, and this is only a preview, but it worked really fast and really reliable, and only limited to my data. There was no hallucination of any data beyond this, which is my experience really, really impressive and really performant. Now, this was this part here. What I really liked was also the integration of the agent, which is now much easier to integrate. Well, the integration is easy to integrate. Okay, anyways, what I mean by this is, if you go into the app settings, now you have this part here, which is the AI hub, which I really like. And there you can basically set, you get some information about how agents work, because they work on your tenant specifically with your data encapsulated here, so there is nothing leaking. And there you can create and manage agents, which I really, really like. And it's really easy to set up an agent, honestly. There was no programming involved. Normally, when you hear low code, the first thing it comes into my mind is, yeah, I need a degree in math or something like that, which is not the case in here. The agent is basically created. And it basically asked per checklist what to do. So I defined what kind of agent. First of all, I only wanted a research agent, which basically only gets data. It gathers data. It does not get into contact. If I want to move this route, I need to move to this one here. This also sends personalized emails to leads and such, and yeah, engages practically with those leads based on information that you provide. You need to enable some of the features here, like Bing research, create an app in Azure. This is only for the integration, as those tools work on their own, but with limited permissions that you set up. There you can then set the agent profile. I provide a name. I used my imagination, so I provided agent 1 as a name. Then it was limited. My imagination was limited. I select one of the agent users, and I said the language is English. It is basically every system language that is activated on the CRM. Then I provided some company info. This is my company in this case. The Prosware, a demo environment, and a website where the data is extracted from the agent. Then I provide some core idea. What is the product my agent will engage with? Then I said what kind of leads that I put into the system will be automatically qualified or engaged by or connected by or selected by the agent. So I provide a description. Then I said basically every lead that has the status open is yet cold. The lead source is not employee, referral, or a partner, and the email contains data. Why it should contain data? So it's easier for the agent to know whether it matches our needs or not, right? That's it basically. So I could remove those, and then the agent would basically attach with everyone, but you need to take a look whether it works with your requirements. So you can adapt, add, and change. I have not provided any email instruction beyond those. This would be only interesting if I would go into the topic. So basically, this is only important if I would go into engagement. This is not my topic. Handoff criteria provided. I need to take a look at the time. Assignment rules, whether I want to provide them then to a specific seller as soon, or salesperson as soon as I reached a specific topic. And then the knowledge part, where I basically say, where do I get this information from, where I can provide various resources like SharePoint or any other folder where the system extracts the information to get an idea on how to work. And then I need to activate this agent, and then it starts. And then it generates basically on its own, well, based on the leads that I've provided, a qualification and sums them up. And it automatically creates different views. For example, everything qualified. Let me see. Lead, if I have those here. No, this was already processed, which is fine. Where is my lead? Take a look where it is. This one here, for example, is a lead that I've created. Originally, this was the lead that I've created. I provided a topic. I said the name. I said a job title. I provided the company and yeah, just the region and yeah, some core information, the annual revenue, number of employees and such. And the system basically then looked into this and it basically says, look, this lead has a lot in common with our target customers. Reach out to explore potential opportunities. It extracts all the information. Why this is lead is hot, the revenue, the size matches, the role matches and such. And if it would find public finance history, it would also add them as well. And you can get, if I would have some information about the company as well. And if there are any competitors, it would list them also here. And this lead is hot. So basically, again, the human is in the loop in this case. I can decide whether I pursue this lead or not, whether this could be interesting or not. This is a clear example on how you get a co-salesperson, more than a co-pilot, someone that works with you as a sparringspartner that does the job that perhaps is tedious, not something you want to do, but you can overrun it and do it on your own. It doesn't need to be you don't need to be substituted by any means. I try to speed up a bit, sorry. Any questions so far? Okay. So I will rush through those things here to speed up. We will also see more personalized dashboards and recommendations based on AI, Power BI integration with AI that will help us to move forward and yeah, reach a new high when creating new opportunities, but based on a much better foundation. So also natural language will be integrated. So it will help us also live to steer a bit the conversation. For example, if you know that something, or perhaps you don't know that something in the world is happening that is perhaps clearly important, AI will also help you to how do I say, to provide the next best action without perhaps crossing topics that are not that good. Or perhaps on the other way around, if you hear a competitor that is not performing well, this could be a help for you. This is something that we already had to some degree in the past. We will have it in the future more and more. Yeah. Also, I think that something that will come and that we already are seeing is learning path, adaptive content, and also some onboarding help and real-time feedback that is evaluated from, especially in the customer service area, but not limited to. This is a number. It's not set in stone, but you get the idea. So basically, there is an improvement in sales productivity. We can see this, especially for the jobs that you don't like to do on a daily scale, on a daily routine, is done basically by the system, which helps you quite a lot. Smart decision making, something that I already mentioned, where we go through resource allocation, also predicting which customer to visit next based on return on invest, on lead score and such. This is something that we will see, and it will also come. So the core idea is always to do to provide more personalization, to know better your customer, to get a better idea, to tailor opportunities and quotes better to the customer's needs, along with sentiment analysis and an engagement when it's really needed at the correct time at the correct point. However, there are some challenges and consideration that we need to take into account. We will always have the data protection topics, which are very important and change by area. GDPR, CCPA are those things that we need to always consider. Data is valuable. We will always have the problematic with unauthorization access and such. This is something that we will need to always keep in mind. Or also when working with AI, we need to make sure that the data that is used is also good for our lead engagement, and we are not sharing the wrong information because we shared the wrong folder and such. We need mitigation strategies for different topics like encryption, granular consent management, because not everyone wants the data to be processed through AI and such. This is something that we need to keep in our mind. And also control risks with customers that do not trust the usage of AI in general. Yeah, that's basically it. Adoption matters. I think that you cannot work against AI by any means. It helps. It is people that work with it, salespeople are getting a real advantage from what we have seen already. It's already used on various topics. So we need to also think about change management, also for the salespeople, to provide a way on how to communicate with AI, to get in touch with AI, to work along as a co-salesperson. And we need a role-based training. Not everyone can use AI on the same level, in the same way. There are different personas, there are different approaches, different view of the data that is needed at various points, and we cannot throw AI into the system and say, hey, look, use it. People need an idea, need a use case, need to talk to it. The way Microsoft handled this is already very great because they provide clear use cases that helps them. But there's always more that can be done. So my topic is basically AI is with the people, not against those. This is very important. And in conclusion, we need to embrace the future with agentic AI. It will revolutionize the customer relationship management a lot. It will drive sales upwards, what we already are seeing, and it will provide stronger bonds than before, than we had before, because we know our customer much better. While challenges remain, it's very important to always work with the people to unlock the full potential of an AI-enhanced and driven business process. And with those words, I'd like to end before I consume too much time. Thank you.